Hey everybody, my name's Scott Cleverdon and I am the original voice actor of Cletus Cassidy / Carnage in the 1990s Spider-Man Saturday morning cartoon. Absolutely exhausting. Trust me. So today, I've never done one of these before, but what I want to do is I want to watch the Carnage trailer and react to it. Normally I wouldn't have considered doing one, but given the fact that I did the voice originally, I thought, well, why not give it a go? People often ask me, what was it like doing the voice back in the day? It was really, really tiring. When I did it, I was probably 26 years old, and that was a good 25 years ago or something right now, so it was quite a while ago. I remembered seeing the Venom movie and thinking, oh wow, Carnage is going to make it at the end. And Carnage is a particularly interesting character because when I played it, it was great fun. And I remember John Semper, who's a wonderful man and very prolific. He told me, he said, you know, we're really not sure whether Carnage is going to come back. I was like, well, why not? He's great. And he said, well, you know, you haven't really read the books. He's kind of a mass murderer. And I was like, oh, okay. And sort of mass murderers aren't really good for Saturday morning cartoons. So we're going to see if we can get this under the wire. You know, do some mayhem and then see what happens from there. But quite frankly, it's, you know, it's a little bit complicated because, well, he kills a lot of people. That's just one of the things that he does. So anyway, without further ado, that's what people say here. Let's just dive right in and just remember that. Exhausting, trust me. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so here we go. And, right. Okay, so here we are. We're picking up in his absolutely fabulous apartment. One of the things I thought it was a little bit odd that Tom Hardy would agree to do this. I guess he kind of wanted in the... You know, he wanted to do a superhero movie, and Tom Hardy's famous for very profound character studies. That and being completely impossible to understand what he's saying most of the time. Let the games begin! Which seems to be a kind of a running joke with Tom Hardy. So instead of just having something covering his mouth this time, he seems to have something covering his entire body, and it goes, I talk like this. Let's keep going. It's very peculiar because... these incredibly dark characters, like Venom, you know, who's a symbiote with Eddie Brock, are so incredibly dark. And if you wanted to get Jungian about it, really what they do is they manifest the sort of the possibly the worst aspects of your character. The real difference with Venom is he's an alien symbiote, and he wants to survive. That's the difference, and that's the difference that we get between him and, I suppose, good old Carnage. I just got to tell you, it's going to make it really, really difficult to get clothes. If every 5 seconds you got a tentacle coming out of you. Lovecraft has a lot to answer for.
Catch up!
Excuse me?
Okay, that can only be Amy Mann. Or at least... well, let's see if it's the actual Amy Mann song, which was made famous in the film Magnolia, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson in 1999. Incredible song about being alone. Okay, so they're the same. See, Michelle Williams is back, wonderful actress.
Waiting.
And the widow of Heath Ledger, talking about chaos-filled characters. Sort of an interesting thing about Carnage. Carnage seems to have almost been an invention to reflect how can we come up with something worse than Venom. So I suppose that Venom even has there's a degree of order to him, but Carnage is just unadulterated, well, Carnage. Okay, so he goes to interview him at the end, if I remember correctly. So what happened? He left a little bit of the symbiote behind? How did that work out?
Miss you so much.
Now, I have to say, Woody Harrelson is a great choice. People are like, wow, Woody Harrelson playing. Like, Woody Harrelson is just full pedal to the metal, balls to the wall, complete commitment in absolutely everything he does. Completely fearless. Love him. Wow. They're about to give him a lethal injection. It's pretty dark. Ooh, So instead of being tranquilized, his heart stopped, and all the rest of the awful thing that happens with a lethal injection, I guess they're going to... Some bit of symbiote got in there.
Come chaos.
Oh.
Chaos soon come.
Wow. So, chaos. We're going with chaos then. So, how do you fight chaos? With more ordered chaos, I suppose. It's kind of the difference between, if you're into D&D, it's the difference between chaotic evil and lawful evil, I guess. Oh, wow. It's your Carnage then. That looks great. Nice. Well, there we go. We got a little bit of religious symbolism there. We got young Carnage in front of the stained glass window. It's kind of interesting, occluding the light. I mean, you could read a lot into it. Absolutely fascinating. It's going to be really fun to try and work out what happens with Carnage. It's got Woody Harrelson, who's an absolutely magnificent actor. The interesting thing that people have asked me what it was like to do Police Cassidy and all the rest of it. Well, for me, it was just a job. I turned up. I really didn't know that much about it. I wasn't like a big Spider-Man guy, although afterwards, John Semper, he gave me Maximum Carnage, and he also gave me this, which is, I've had this for 25 years, and it's always made me kind of happy to have this kicking around the place. There you go, a little Carnage there. The thing that happened, and I'm not entirely sure who the voice director was, but I did so many takes, and it was the way you normally record, okay, is you're standing up, you got a microphone, there's no image, you're not trying to sync your mouth to anybody else's, you do the performance, then they take that performance, and then they go off with it, and then they animate to it. That's what happened with Gargoyles, that's what happened with Batman. So you were trying to give character something where there was no image, so it was all inside your head. So what happened was the director would explain to you, all right, in this minute you're jumping across the room and you're going after Spider-Man. They had an image in their head and an idea of how it should sound, and then you instantly came up with another one. So it was this weird backwards and forwards improvisation thing, and it was really, really, really hard work. Now look, let's be serious. It's not like I was working in a mine. It's not like I was doing manual labor. But in terms of voiceover work and strain on your voice, if I had to work the next day, I would have been useless, because all of that cackling was really, really tough. It was really hard work. And I remember doing it and then just being wasted afterwards, because it's all extraordinarily up. Everything is up. The difference is you got the quiet moments and you got all those things. But it's a Saturday morning cartoon and you're inside this kind of landscape of voices and you got to kind of like come up with something. You go, Venom, which is way down here. And so for Cletus, they wanted something that was pitched really, really high. And the other thing, he's an American, so he talks like this. So Cletus Cassidy's from I assumed he's from New York, so he's like that. You know, it's how he talks, you know, and everything is up there. And so it was this incredibly manic thing. Really good fun. And the odd thing is, I haven't had the chance to see this stuff until very recently, because they're all on Disney+. I didn't have a chance to see Gargoyles, the episodes I did. I didn't have a chance to see Spider-Man, all the Carnage stuff, and I did all these other different voices in Spider-Man that I completely forgotten about. Anyway, Viva Carnage. Just to let you know, I live in Spain right now, where I've lived for the last almost 20 years with my wife, Assumpta Serna, Spanish actress, and I teach and train people in film acting. I still do voiceovers. I still do video games every once in a while, and this is where I've been. I moved away from Los Angeles in the year 2000, just after I did the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Phantom Menace games and all the rest of it. So to go from Carnage to the Phantom Menace, well, that's pretty odd, I gotta tell you, when you come to think about it. Anyway, just to let you know, we're live every day and on Thursdays in English at 8 p.m. Central European Time, if you want to check us out. I'm going to see if I can do any more reaction videos. I'd love to see the other stuff that I did. That'd be kind of fun. If you like this, give us a like, subscribe, and leave comments, because we started going live every single day, Monday to Friday, on April the 12th last year. And so far, we've done about 260 live streams by the time you see this. Anyway, let me know what you think. All the best, and I'll see you all later. Oh, and... Spider-Man! like I said, it's exhausting.